Sturgis, South Dakota, population 7,000. But once a year, it becomes the largest city in the state. The annual Sturgis Rally draws over 500,000 people, and all of them share the same passions: camaraderie with other bikers, a good party, and the freedom of the open road. Last year, my co-host John Gardner and I took a trip with the Motorhead Garage crew to the beautiful Black Hills of South Dakota.
Welcome to Sturgis on Motorhead Garage, presented by Top Coat. That's right, a name says it all. I said Sturgis. Over 500,000 people here, and they all got here on the coolest motorcycles you ever want to see. You know, Sturgis has been here since 1938, man. We're hanging with the road warriors, the free spirits, and motorcycle enthusiasts from around the world. There's a lot going on downtown here, Sturgis, but there's even more in the surrounding areas. Let's check in with Dave.
Well, John, we're just a few miles away at the Pappy Hoyle Campground, which was named after the guy who started this thing 80 years ago. There is so much going on here and tons going on around the whole area.
Well, we found Cactus cruising through Sturgis, man, and guess what he's driving? 53 Panhead Harley. Unbelievable, man. You can bring anything here. Look at this thing. Handmade, hand-stamped fenders all the way with an 8-inch rake on the front. Look at the actual molding there of the handlebars, the wrought iron, the throttles up top. He's got his bags tucked in real nice, comes around to the fuel tank, all the way down to the suicide shifter on the side, motor tucked in there real nicely. Oh man, look at the shredder on the side. It'll take care of your feet real nice. Actually has the same wrought iron on the sissy bar on the back and a built-in tank back there. He can carry 6 gallons of gas, man. You're gonna see Cactus rolling around Sturgis.
Well, this is a 2013 Softail, and it is a Softail like you have never seen. It's a 110 Screaming Eagle engine, and it is pro-charged, makes 185 horsepower. Now, of course, the paint job jumps out to you. Donnie Keller did the paint, but it's the engraving that sets this bike apart from the others. Steve Fernando did all the engraving. You see it on the triple tree, on the cans, lower fork, calipers. Everything on this bike is about incredible detail, and it's just one of the thousands of great-looking bikes you see here at Sturgis.
Well, everybody's welcome here at Sturgis, man. Check this out, a big Honda Enduro. He can ride the streets of Sturgis or go off-road. This thing's massive. Look at the wheels on it, knobby wheels all the way to the bars on the front, coming around to the big Enduro motor right there. You got your little 4-stroke water-cooled engine coming back all the way through, Enduro style. It's a must to have the big bags, though. You're gonna carry stuff to Sturgis, you're gonna need those big old bags to do it. Well, whether you're riding a Honda, a Chopper, a Harley, everybody's welcome. This one, on-road, off-road, it doesn't matter. We'll see you here.
There's a great thing going on here. The Top Coat folks are helping people keep their bikes clean. For the first time at Sturgis, we have a bike wash. And Ryan, you're kind of overseeing that. What's going on?
Everybody's driving in from across the country. They've got dirty bikes. They've driven 1,700 some odd miles to get here to the rally. And they've got dirty roads, muddy roads around here. They actually had a washout a couple days ago. So the girls up here, they're keeping the guys' bikes clean and keeping them polished up with some spritz.
This is rugged country. These bikes get dirty. Kayla's going to start on the front of the bike. Now, what kind of materials are on the front of these bikes, and what can you use Top Coat?
So on the front of the bikes, you've got plastics, you've got Lexan windshields, you've got painted chrome, you've got plastic lenses, chrome mirrors. Every square inch of the front end of the motorcycle can be applied and washed with polywash, as well as applied with spritz. Spritz is a dry wash form of our product. You're able to spray it over dirt and you will still get a resilient shine. It lasts 2 to 3 weeks. With that being said, it can be applied to every single square inch of the motorcycle.
Which is where Shantae comes in. Now she's working here on the tank.
Yeah.
And what she just did, she sprayed it right there, and that proves you don't have to worry about it.
They haven't washed this motorcycle yet, and they're just simply using the spritz. She's spraying it on the tank. It can get on the chrome, it can get on the leather, it can get on the vinyl rubber right there for the controls and the mechanisms. You don't have to worry about the Lexan or the speedometer or any of those controls.
Gotcha, and then we've got Kayla who's going to come in and finish up on the chrome.
Absolutely.
Such an important part of these bikes. That's what keeps it looking great.
Everybody finds themselves staring in a mirror when their chrome looks like it does when you use your spritz.
Now, the bottom line with Top Coat, you can spend more time riding.
That's right.
Ladies. Thanks, Ryan.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Now this is Motorhead Garage. It wouldn't be Motorhead Garage without a car engine. Check this one out. 427 small block Chevrolet. That's right, I said a small block. Alternator, drive, everything's built into it. Start heading to the back of the bike. You can see the headers. Actually down in there's a torque converter. It's a direct drive. You can shift it into drive or you can take it out of drive right here with this knob. That's about cool as all get out. Torque converter built in, direct drive, V8 bike. What a monster here at Sturgis.
Do not go anywhere. We have lots more to come from Sturgis. You are watching Motorhead Garage presented by Top Coat.
Motorhead Garage, presented by Top Coat, is brought to you by Magic Creeper, the most versatile creeper ever. Orla, the world's most winning exhaust. RockAuto.com, all the parts your car will ever need. And by Top Coat, make life easier.
Welcome back to Motorhead Garage presented by Top Coat. We're at the largest motorcycle rally in the world in Sturgis, South Dakota.
What brings you to Sturgis?
The fun, the ride, the camaraderie, just to get away and enjoy the ride. The weather's nice, the beer is cold, why not?
We like to ride, mainly. Otherwise, we're checking out the bikes and people watching, that kind of thing.
Absolutely gorgeous country. I mean, everywhere you ride, it's all about the views and it's all about the vistas and just an absolutely gorgeous place. So that's what it was all about coming out here for us.
Well, Sturgis is a bike gathering, but it's also really a bike show. And take a look at this beautiful example of an 09 Street Glide. Now, it's got a 4-inch extension on the front, also a stretch gas tank, 6 out, 6 down on the rear. Up front, a 30-inch wheel. That's what we call a big wheel. We got a 96-inch motor with diamond cut heads to make the thing go. And Donnie Keller did a spectacular paint job. That thing is beautiful. Ron Hall's the owner, and you can bet he knows what he's talking about when he named this thing Financial Suicide.
Now you want to go full custom? How about this big wheel? Look at the orange paint with the skull heads in the front. All inlay. The paint, number one, is phenomenal. Then you got the big wheel down there. I mean, that's what sets this thing apart. Heading back, you got the speakers for the front driver right there. The primaries down there. So much chrome. The motor's chromed out. The gas tank all the way down with the inlay. Start heading back to the ape hangers, the mirrors. Man, this thing's gorgeous. Look at the back of the bike. Even got speakers for the rear rider back there. You got the bags and the lowered rear end. Man, this thing's not only going to ride good, this thing actually looks good. This one here is a piece of work, man. Awesome.
Well, Jackal's Jesse James Dupree has been here at Pappy Hoyle's Campground. He's been the owner for 4 years. But Jesse, you've been riding a bike forever.
I got photographs of my mom holding me right after I was born on my dad's Panhead. So,
what is it about motorcycles that draws you in?
you know, just that freedom, and not only the motorcycles, but this Sturgis event. It's kind of the last of the real American freedom with that you can come out and not be micromanaged. I mean, you're not doted over by, you know, police officers, and you're not, you know, there's not a lot of rules and regulations other than everybody taking care of each other and looking out for each other. Such a fraternity. There's not a more charitable bunch of people that'll give you the shirt off their back than somebody that rides a Harley-Davidson motorcycle. And you sense that spirit, that fraternity, and that freedom when you come out here to the Black Hills, and the Full Throttle Saloon's Pappy Hoyle Campground is what I like to think the epicenter of all of that. We got Bear Butte, which is the most incredible backdrop that any campground has got out here in the Black Hills. We have the Olympic-sized swimming pool. We have the dirt track up there where they're racing pre-1920s Harley-Davidsons, the Sons of Speed. They're doing that on Thursday. We have the largest stage in all of South Dakota. We have Colt Ford. We have Cheap Trick on Tuesday. We have Jackal. We have Brett Michaels. We have Tech 9. Such a variety of entertainment. We have a convenience store. We have the best breakfast and the best dinner buffets in all of the Black Hills, especially during the rally. Why would you want to stay anywhere else?
You've been riding for a long time. You actually want to ride your bike, but it's a hassle to maintain it. So what do you do? What are some shortcuts you can take?
I've learned real quick, especially after having the Top Coat folks on the property, that if you want your bike to be looking good, you grab a hold of some Top Coat. I mean, everybody knows about their reputation, and we're proud to have them, along with Harley-Davidson, along with VFW, Wounded Warrior Project. We've got some really great partners, and Top Coat is our newest as of 2019.
What do you tell folks about Top Coat when they ask you?
Well, I just tell them if they want that bike shined up looking right, that's the way to do it. The easiest way to do it is Top Coat.
Well, I know we've been having a blast, and the Pappy Hoyle Campground's a place to be when you come to Sturgis.
Well, we found an engineering masterpiece, man. Look at this chopper, Porky-built chopper from front to back. The front wheels, man, just to start out with the knobbies there, man, that thing's gonna grind you up. It's like a death machine. Rigid frame all the way up, which is really cool because it blends into the hydraulics on the front end that actually run that. The handlebars with the actual bullet holes all the way through in the chrome matches actually to the shifter down there. You got the hand shifter, man, you're jacking gears going down the road. Got the belt drive down there, chewing up the primary, all the way back to the rear. The really cool part about about the rear is the frame itself. There's not a frame on there. The rear actually has a swing arm that comes to the back, and then it attaches to the wheel, which is totally cool. And then if you move up a hair, the calipers built into the transmission. You can see the disc right there. So we're stopping there. No calipers on the wheel. Totally unique, totally gorgeous, Porky built chopper.
Well, you see some bikes out here that are trailer queens, but not this bike. This is a working bike. It's a former Cincinnati Police Department motorcycle that Tracy Baker bought at auction back in 2009. Now, it's his 4th trip with it here to Sturgis. You can still see some scrapes and old stickers on the side of it. This thing is a workhorse, and he uses it as his everyday driver. So you don't have to spend a ton of money to bring your bike out here to Sturgis. All you got to do is bring a bike.
Don't go anywhere. There's plenty more. Motorhead Garage right here from Sturgis, presented by Topcoat. What do you do in the real world?
I am a petroleum marketer. I run trucks to transport and move fuel between 4 states.
I'm a real estate developer.
I work for an engineering firm in Denver.
I own a pet sitting company.
I work in mining. I'm a real estate agent.
I'm a farmer. Oh, I'm an international special commodity freight relocator, technician, engineer, otherwise known as a truck driver.
I'm actually a bridal store owner, and then by night, this is what happens.
Welcome back to Motorhead Garage, presented by Topcoat. Well, things are heating up here, especially in downtown Sturgis. Well, I'm actually standing near a pretty rare motorcycle. This is a 2017 Breakout, a Harley Davidson. Well, why is it rare? They only made it 1 year. You see the inverted forks on the front, makes it a little bit different. Doesn't take much for the custom touches. You see the ape hanger handlebars, great touch on it. You can come down with the custom paint if you want to. That pearl's phenomenal with the wood inlay right there. Then you got the chrome air cleaner, which is great, and the headers really sets it off. Coming to the back of the bike with the luggage rack and the luggage, man, this bike is gorgeous. It looks good, but you know what? I think I actually can keep it looking good, man. There's no doubt about that.
All right, your turn. Oh, I didn't even see it. There. Well, you got me. All right, well, we're having a great time here in the campground. There's lots of folks camping because when you're riding across country, you need a place to stay. So a lot of folks that own motorcycles own great looking RVs like this one. And Eric, you have a story about this specific RV that really happened the other day.
Me and the rest of the Topcoat crew had finished setting up here at Sturgis. And we're sitting there watching the RVs roll in, and as you know, they're having to drive through 7 miles of grit and dirt to get here, and they're all looking dirty. And we see this particular one roll in, and it's looking like it was freshly washed. And we made a joke amongst ourselves like, that looks like it's got F11 on it. After they pulled up into the second spot, Rick and Kathy jump out of the cabin, run over to us, and start telling us how much they love Topcoat and F11 and how much the 4 coats they have on this baby had made it look this wonderful when it showed up.
And they drove thousands of miles.
Yep, they certainly did. And with having that coat on top of it, it's protected them the whole way. So all they have to do now is wipe it down with a damp cloth, and that'll wipe off all the grit and bugs that they've hit along the way.
Well, when you're done outside, you can bring that same bottle of Topcoat F11 inside to your RV.
That's absolutely right. Once you've hit the entire outside of the RV, bring that F11 inside because there's not a single surface you can't use F11 on. Right now I'm working on this beautiful dark wood. And just remember, you can use it on your stainless steel appliances, your glass, I mean every fixture in this home, your leather couch, this granite countertop.
The toaster, stainless steel, everything. And you've seen you use it in the bathroom. You can use it on mirrors in there. And the thing that I love about Topcoat is you don't have to worry about overspray. Sometimes you'll get a product that's just for wood and you want to be careful not to get it on the stainless steel or vice versa, and this way you don't have to worry about it.
That's absolutely right. There's no such thing as overspray with F11. It dries clear, just wipe it off and you're good to go.
All right, well, whether it's inside the RV or out, every single surface can be covered with Topcoat.
How about a 2018 Indian Scout, customized here by my friend Paul, man. This thing's pretty cool, from the front all the way to the back. You can see all the paintwork on the front with the tire, all customized, up to the etching windshield there. That's actually etching in the glass. You can see the actual ribbons on the handles, all woven in there. The tank has the theme of the Indian, which is really cool. That's all painted in there as an Indian theme. Coming around to the motors, all customized, and then really cool, look at the seat. The seat actually has the coins in the back, all sewed in there. Those are actual coins. So you can see that as we come back to the rear of the bike, the frame's all powder coated all the way up to the frame here, chrome, and the helmet. The helmet actually customizes with the bike. It looks really good. Great job with this Indian Scout.
Well, as you take a look at a lot of bikes around here, some of these builders are artists. They're pretty amazing. And when they're not building bikes, well, they're actually making sculptures like this. We are at the Full Throttle Saloon, and some of the sculptures here are magnificent, 50 feet high. I like this one. This guy's bursting into flames, and well, it looks a lot like Jesse James Dupree carrying the chainsaw there as he rides his chopper.
Pretty cool to see a memorial right here in the streets of Sturgis. This is Joe Petroli. He was a championship hill climber and a dirt bike racer, had a successful long career and a very successful do-it-all racer, man. It was taken from a photograph, actually. It was a specially built Harley-Davidson Streamliner, and during his career he hit 136.183 miles an hour, man, on Daytona. That thing set for 11 years. Pretty cool to see a memorial right here in the streets of Sturgis.
Well, you don't have to be riding a fat boy to be in the in crowd here in Sturgis. If you have any kind of bike, you are in. And here's a gorgeous Hayabusa. Check out this paint job. Customized from front to back. Even the entire frame has been chromed. The swing arm's been chromed and extended, and that's to handle all the extra horsepower when you hit the gas. This has more horsepower than you're ever going to need. And if you have to ask why you need this much horsepower, well, you don't deserve this.
I don't know. But we'll be back with more Motorhead, presented by Top Coat, right after this.
Motorhead Garage, presented by Top Coat, is brought to you by Stage 8 Fasteners, home of the world's best locking header bolt. Locking kits now available for all turbo applications. Go to stage8.com. Route 66 Customs, built to drive, built to last, built to love. Steel Rubber Products, quality crafted rubber parts and weather stripping. And by NH Oil Undercoating, the official oil-based rust prevention system.
Now, brake fluid, like any other fluid on the vehicle, wears out over time. As a matter of fact, brake fluid is hygroscopic. And what does that mean? Well, it absorbs water. When it absorbs water, that actually lowers the boiling point. And once it gets down so low, it starts to boil. Air is compressible, liquid's not. You get a case called brake fade. That pedal starts to go to the floor. You have to bleed the brakes. Not a good thing. So what do we want to do? Check the brake fluid. Two simple methods. You can go down and get these test strips right here, stick it in there, read the container, tells you the content of what's going on in there, whether it's good or bad. Really simple to use. I like to use the little electronic gauge, very inexpensive. You can go down and get one of these, pretty cool. Just take it over here, push the button, stick it in the brake fluid, and there you go. Wow, green is good, red is bad. Super easy to read. This one here, it's been in there since the get-go. Time to flush this one out. Now there's different types of brake fluids as well. There's .3, .4, .5 and .5.1. Now what you need to know about that one is .5 is silicone based, 3, 4, and 5.1 are glycol based. So what do? Check your service manual. Make sure you put the right brake fluid in the vehicle and also flush it out, bleed it. Man, your brakes will be like new. What brings you here to Sturgis?
Well, my father passed back in the beginning of the year, and we're out here to spread his ashes. So it's one of his favorite places to come to, and first time I rode with him side by side was out here.
We're coming down here just for a ride, just to get away, clean your head out, do a little bit of soul searching, a little bit of thinking. Just seeing it, old friends, new friends, strangers, or just friends we haven't met yet.
Just like-minded people all enjoying the same wind.
Welcome back to Motorhead Garage, presented by Top Coat. We are at the annual Sturgis Motorcycle Rally, the biggest motorcycle rally in the country, maybe in the world. And there is so much going on here. Only an hour and a half ago, Thomas, who's one of the 500,000 people out here for the Sturgis Rally, brought his bike up. Now, he had ridden it for hundreds of miles and over these dusty roads out here in South Dakota. Brought it to you guys, Jay, and what did it look like when you got it?
The bike literally had hundreds of miles of dirt, bugs, and debris built up on every surface of this bike. And we have simply transformed this bike into looking new again with one product, F11.
And you used one bottle, and how many different surfaces have you done?
Well, as you all know, F11 does many, many multiple surfaces, whether it's your glossy paint, matte finishes, Lexan windshields, chrome, even your sidewalls or your tires, your calipers, the wheel. Look how amazing that wheel looks.
And we've seen you guys use Top Coat on leather saddlebags and glass and all kinds of chrome and everything. So what about heat on the engine?
It's heat resistant, works very well on any engine, chrome exhaust, matte finish exhaust, any hot surface, it's heat resistant.
Well, now, after just an hour and a half of work, this bike's not only clean from stem to stern, you've also protected it, right?
That's right. We have polished, sealed, and protected every surface on this bike. Gloss paint, the Lexan windshield, all the chrome, even the plastic on the headlight. Your wheel, we did the sidewall on the tire, calipers, brake lines, brake hoses, any rubber, all with one product, F11.
Well, you told Thomas to come back in about a half hour. He's on his way, and we'll see what he thinks.
Hey, Tom, how you doing, buddy?
How's it going?
Good. What do you think? She looks brand new, doesn't she?
Yes.
How many miles was it from Indiana down to here to Sturgis?
1150.
What year is it again?
02. Electric Glide Standard.
And how many miles are on it?
30,000.
Every surface is polished, sealed, and protected with just one product, Top Coat F11. Your Lexan windshield, the paint, chrome, your entire engine, and everything on the bike.
Looks awesome.
Now, I ride an Iron Horse chopper, so this one's right after my heart. Look at this beauty, man, a ginormous chopper. What makes it a chopper? Well, those big old long rake forks, man. Not good for turning in a parking lot, but boy, does it look good. It's a rigid frame chopper. Look at the paint, the blue inlay paint, unbelievable. Got an S&S motor down there. You actually got a primary with the belt driven down there. Keep your feet away from that joker. And the best part about these big old choppers is in the back here, this ginormous rear tire, man, tucked in that fender. Just so clean, belt driven, S&S motor with a little shorty carburetor. This is my favorite so far.
They call it the world's largest biker bar. It's the Full Throttle Saloon here at the Pappy Hoyle Campground. There are thousands of bikes lined up out here, and there's plenty of room for people inside. There's a big concert venue inside, as well as a giant stage outside where you get some of the biggest acts in the country every night here at Sturgis. Plenty of things to do, whether you're into bikes, music, beer, or even wrestling. It's in here at the Full Throttle Saloon.
Motorcycles here in all shapes, flavors, and sizes. But you know what? Also for all ages. Check it out. Wooden rocker motorcycle. How cool is this? Actually works really, really well. This thing is stout, heavy, wood from the front to the back, man. You can find anything here at Sturgis.
Holy cow, John, what a day. How'd you do downtown?
Let me tell you, downtown was incredible. Sturgis, the bikes were something, Dave, and the people were even better, man. I had a blast.
We had a really great time. We met a lot of great people. We saw some amazing bikes.
But unfortunately, we're out of time for today, folks. So join us next week. There's plenty more Motorhead Garage presented by Top Coat.